Hi friend, it is Coach Becky from A Better You with Coach Becky, and today I want to chat about special ingredients. Are they really that special? And do you need them to be a trim healthy mama? Maybe you are like me, and when you first started on plan, you were overwhelmed with all the options and the ingredients, and how do you even pronounce that? Erythritol? Xylitol? And now things like Baobab. We didn't have Baobab in our vocabulary in 2015, but I sure can't imagine living without it now. Why? Because it's so high in vitamin C. Now, just because these are Trim Healthy Mama brand products doesn't mean you need to use the Trim Healthy Mama brand. There are some things I prefer with Trim Healthy Mama, and then there's other things that I can pick up on Amazon or another website. Baobab Boost, I do prefer Trim Healthy Mama brand because it mixes into drinks better and it just has a better flavor. I have made the mistake of picking some up at TJ Maxx thinking it's a good deal. I won't have to pay shipping. I'm right here. And then it just stayed floating on the top of my drink. So my favorite way to use Baobab, it's a citrusy flavor. So I like to put it in my boosted Oolong Tea. Tea, sweetener, Baobab, lemon juice. It's so delicious. That's an easy way of getting it in every day. Add it to Jello, gelatin, smoothies, any fruity smoothie. It's great. Why Baobab? Here's a few things that they have written. It has more than twice the calcium of milk, double the magnesium and iron of spinach, and it's loaded with 6 times the potassium of bananas. It is a superfood. Baking blend. Trim Healthy Mama baking blend. Now you can make your own baking blend mix with recipes that are online, but just know you're going to need some oat fiber. Oat fiber helps lighten up the recipes. And for me, if I'm going to have to order oat fiber anyway, I just go ahead and order the baking blend. You can have perfect chocolate trimtastic cupcakes made with zucchini. You can make it in cake form too, but I just like to do it in muffins. I myself have not done a do-it-yourself mix. I have just always used baking blend for myself because I want my product to turn out, my recipes to turn out. It's more of a waste of money as spending money if you're baking, and baking with Trim Healthy Mama when you're a beginner can be really tricky. So for me, I was so thankful my husband was on board. He said it's a good investment in order to have your things turn out. You can purchase this with 1 pound or get a better price by purchasing 3 pounds. They do have that option on the website. I actually don't use that much baking blend because we eat a lot of ice cream for dessert. But if you have excess, store it in a cool place. I put mine in the garage fridge, the extra bags, not what I have in the canister, but the extra bags, just because there are nuts in the baking blend and it can get old, be rancid. So baking blend helps lighten up your recipes. A lot of low carb recipes call for almond flour, which is a great option, but it can get heavy in calories. There are some cake recipes. Bloggers have some recipes with using oat fiber. I don't have a lot of recipes that I use just straight oat fiber, but there are some brownies, Mrs. Criddle's coconut cake, so I have it on hand for that. And I'm trying to think, there's another one. I think it's in one of the wrap recipes that I use. So this bag lasts me a good long while. Then we have proteins like collagen. And again, you don't have to use Trim Healthy Mama brand, and there are different kinds of collagen available. Some ladies need a different variation of collagen. I have been using Trim Healthy Mama collagen, but there is one available on Amazon, and you can find the link to the Amazon collagen on my website underneath the recommended tab, abetteryouwithcoachbecky.com/recommended. You can find the links for the Trim Healthy Mama store too. Collagen, I mostly use it in my shakes and when I make my own protein bars. That's my favorite way to use it. I myself do not put it in coffee or tea. I don't like it that way, but I do love it in the big boy smoothie. And when I make my protein strawberry lemonade Baobab bars or chocolate peanut butter bites. And that leads me to the protein powders. And strawberry, it is good just to mix it with almond milk. It's delicious just with almond milk and making a smoothie. But protein bars, it's excellent. And that recipe is also on my website. Plain, I usually use mostly in smoothies, but there are some recipes of protein bars in the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. My favorite flavor is chocolate because I love iced coffee. If you love iced coffee, this makes an amazing mocha. So you can use your leftover coffee at breakfast, if there is such a thing, and make an afternoon cold coffee with a scoop of chocolate protein. I like to add their caramel extract and vanilla and a little half and half and a bunch of almond milk. And I just mix it with my immersion stick blender. That is an amazing drink. You can find that recipe on my website. Or instead of using chocolate, sometimes I will put vanilla bean in that drink, coffee drink. Both of those are good just in almond milk too. If you need a quick snack, it's a full protein. Can you do THM without protein powder? Sure. Flavored protein powder. It's really hard to find one on plan out there that doesn't have a bunch of extra junky ingredients. Nutritional yeast. I love nutritional yeast, and I had always used just whatever I could pick up at the grocery store as far as brands. And I watched Pearl and Serene's YouTube video about nutritional yeast, and I thought, well, maybe there is a difference. I got a bag to try quite a few years ago. I've never looked back. Dump it on everything. It makes green beans amazing. Cauli rice amazing. It makes everything amazing. Eggs. Use it in macho nacho seasoning. That's in the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. It's so good. So I love nutritional yeast. And then there's peanut flour. Is there a difference in brand from peanut flour? There sure is. Trim Healthy Mama brand is only 3.5 grams of fat in 1/4 cup of peanut flour. So when you are craving peanut butter, and you know, peanut butter, we don't count calories, but you can load up on the calories pretty quickly with peanut butter. Here's a good alternative. These are both on plan. But let me tell you, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is 17 grams of fat. A 1/4 cup, now listen, we're allowed to have fat, but a 1/4 cup of peanut flour gives you all the amazing taste of peanut butter. Now sure, you can make your own junky butter by adding water and sweetener, peanut junky butter with the peanut flour. But usually when I'm eating milk chocolate, this is what I'm spreading on top of it because it gives me more of that Reese cup taste. Much better than a Reese cup, for reals. Anyway, but just to give you a comparison, even though no, we're not counting fat and calories as per se, but we do want to keep our fat low in our carb meals. So chocolate peanut butter oatmeal. It's an E meal, and peanut flour is keeping the fat low. Anyway, I love this in the big boy smoothie. I add 2 tablespoons of peanut flour in the chocolate big boy smoothie and caramel extract for the Snickers big boy. Okay, this is newer in the Trim Healthy Mama world. Dynamic Duo Greens. If you have trouble getting your greens in, this is a good fix. Now I'll tell you, 1 teaspoon for me goes a long way. I'm still getting used to it. So I prefer using the recipe on the bag instead of just adding it to my smoothies because it made my big boy taste a little different. Okay, another big word. If you're new, what in the world does glucomannan do? It is a thickener. So think of gravies, sauces. We don't use cornstarch in arrowroot. We use glucose. So glucose is a thickener, but you don't want to overdo it because your recipe will become slimy. So there are some sauces that I actually use xanthan gum, and that you can pick up at your local grocery store or online. This is great though. I use a half a teaspoon in my ice cream recipes. It's amazing. I mean, you can't taste it in the ice cream. Now moving on to the sweeteners. Stevia. Okay, I'm going to tell you, I was one of those who said, I can't do stevia. I don't like stevia. It's bitter. Well, let me tell you, Trim Healthy Mama brand did make a difference for me. It might not for you, but it did for me. And this little 1 ounce packet, I started with 1 ounce size. 1 ounce size lasted me, oh my goodness, a really long time. There's 473 servings. So even though you think, well, that's not much, 1 ounce, it does last a good long while. I now buy the 4 ounce one because I use a lot of stevia. In my drinks, my boosted Oolong Tea, I actually use an 1/8 teaspoon in my 30 ounce cup because of the lemon juice and other things that I add. So it's a very efficient way to sweeten your drinks. I will add it to a recipe in addition to like gentle sweet. An example would be Bam Cake calls for gentle sweet and then it needs a little more sweetener. Then add some stevia. But I don't use straight stevia in skinny chocolate or ice cream. That's where the other sweeteners come in. So straight stevia, my tip for you to make it easier to access, put it in a little jam jelly jar and get one of those, I guess you have to buy one thing of Truvia, a green Truvia lid. That's what I've been using. I purchased one Truvia back in 2015 and I have a lid for my little jelly jar. That way I can just open it, easy access. The other sweetener, if you have a problem with sweeteners, is this blend here. Trim Healthy Mama Gentle Sweet. The original has a blend of xylitol, erythritol, and stevia, and it's really great for baking. Xylitol is toxic to dogs, so they have formulated a gentle sweet without xylitol. So what would be the reason for using xylitol? For me, it's for my ice cream recipes. It keeps the ice cream soft from the freezer, that you can actually scoop it and you don't have to wait 40 minutes setting on the counter. Now you can still make ice cream with xylitol-free gentle sweet. Make sure you portion it in like the 5 ounce container so it doesn't take as long to soften, or you can nuke it in the microwave too. Ice cream in the microwave. Well, I have had to do that when I use gentle sweet without xylitol. So gentle sweet without xylitol is erythritol and stevia, which is super sweet. So how is it not the same? It's a different ratio. Super sweet has that cool aftertaste from erythritol if you use a large quantity in a recipe. So for me, if I'm making something, the Trim Healthy Mama pancakes, I would use super sweet like the recipe says, but it's 2 tablespoons. I don't use it in anything over 2 tablespoons because my family can taste that cool aftertaste immediately. And then there's xylitol by itself and erythritol. If you want to make your own gentle sweet blends, there are recipes on the web, not my website, but on the web, other bloggers. And some other times, like my caramel sauce, for some reason it turns out better with using straight xylitol instead of gentle sweet. It's hit and miss. Sometimes it stays together, but it separates a lot, but xylitol, it doesn't. And then erythritol, I do use when I make sourdough cinnamon rolls, Glenda's recipe of the inner filling with the cinnamon and erythritol. So just because I'm a recipe follower, I have all these different things. It saves me time instead of like trying to always look at the sub chart. Now, if you can't handle one of these things, but for me, instead of looking at the sub chart, trying to figure out, okay, so I don't have xylitol, so how much gentle sweet do I need? All of that. It's just a little time saver. Moving on to some other fun products, let's talk about drinks. Talk about drinks and drink mixes. And I love Trim Healthy Mama Hydrates. You can do this plan without these fun additions. My favorite flavor is coconut, lemon, and then cherry. I like to add, okay, so even, again, if you just want to go get a drink packet in your grocery store, the True Lime packets are a great option. The stir. This is a great option to flavor your drinks. So my kids love the fruit punch, strawberry watermelon, there's lemon, there is one that has coconut. I love the one with coconut, pineapple. We make punch with that one. Okay, so there is 20 in a pack of these. I like to add Baobab to my lemon. I sweeten, I think it says 16 ounce on the bag, but I do sweeten a 30 ounce cup. It's definitely strong enough for that. And then, you know, those buy drinks have the coconut flavors. I love those. So you can add other flavors to this. They put their pineapple extract in it. You can add a plain True Lime pack, the lime packets that don't have sweetener. I also like adding the lime to this cherry, and add crushed ice, and y'all have a slushie. It's so good. And they have coffee. I'm not really a coffee snob, so it is good coffee, but for me, it's not the only coffee. Okay, and milk chocolate. I love Trim Healthy Mama milk chocolate. But again, if you'd rather walk in the grocery store and pick up chocolate, Lily's is a good alternative. When they're on sale, they're a really good alternative. I don't like the price, the regular price of Lily's, but our Kroger will put them on sale as cheap as $1.99, and then I stock up. So these are hit and miss on the website because of the seasons and temperatures. Other bars that they have, protein bars, they have the Baobab Bliss Bar. If you love coconut and strawberry and lemon, this one's amazing. It's an S. And the chocolate brownie fix bar is a fuel pull. And what I love about this one is if you just need a little something more, because it's a fuel pull, and even like if you're on a fuel cycle and you have a deep S day, even though it's not an S bar, it's fuel cycle compatible for any fuel. So I love these. And then another snack, they have some other new snacks. They now have coconut Krispies and like crackers. I order those sometimes just for the convenience of ripping open a bag. And then the cookies, they're reformulating them because they had some shelf life problems. But of the flavors of the cookies, the only one that I actually cared for was Cinnadoodle. But don't let my opinion hold you back from trying that out. Store them in the freezer. For best results, store them in the freezer. Okay, and then I drink a lot of Oolong Tea. There it is. Lots of Oolong Tea. Boosted Oolong Tea. And then there are other sippers like the Shrinker, Earth Milk, Oolong Tea. So does it have to be Trim Healthy Mama Oolong Tea? For me, it doesn't. So this is one of those things that I just purchased off the web because this one, it's high quality, but it's not budget friendly. It's like $5 for this little box, and for $5.99 you can get a box of 100 of Prince of Peace. And then I'll give you another reason, because each time that I prep tea, I'm opening like 10 plus tea bags at a shot. I like to be able to just go like this and go like this and have my tea bag ready to go. Well, if you're in a hurry, you can't do this one in a hurry. So first off, you tear it across, and then I used to kill all these tea bags, put holes in them, trying to pull them out. Well, you can't pull them out, friends. You have to open down the side seams, because that tea bag is actually in the side. So I ruined many a tea bag, and it's still sticking there. Anyway, I ruined many a tea bag. Didn't have the string anymore till I pulled it out. And you know me, I'm always busy doing one more thing. And for my own personal preference, I don't like to work that hard for my tea. So Prince of Peace, Amazon, Swanson. There's a link on my website page. Okay. Oh, something I forgot to mention is here in the box to remind me. The whey protein powders, they no longer come with the 1/4 cup scoop. So the serving size is 1/4 cup and collagen is 1 1/2 tablespoon. I love their little lip balms. These are great. Singing Canary, Good Girl Moonshine. Okay, now let's talk about extracts and MCT oil. So extracts, I love their extracts. So coconut in drinks, apricot and cherry. Desserts and in drinks. Okay, what would I use butter for when you make your own pancake syrup? Butter pecan ice cream, friends. Banana smoothies, banana cake, Bustamith banana cake. Peanut butter, again, when you're lightening up your recipes and you need the flavor of peanut butter. Butter pecan ice cream. This is also really good, like in a pumpkin smoothie. It's so good. Rashida has a pumpkin smoothie in Trim Healthy Future that I think it uses that one. Same way with chocolate when you're trying to lighten up a recipe. Maple, that one we use mostly for ice cream and that pancake syrup. And caramel. Caramel is our most used extract because we put it in all our iced coffees and our big boy smoothies. If it's a chocolate big boy or if it's a mocha big boy. And then, yes, they also have vanilla, but I use too much vanilla in my life to, I have that little bottle so I can show you. I use too much vanilla in my life to use those little bottles. I get pure Mexican vanilla off of Amazon, and you can find this on my website too. And this big bottle, it does last me a while, but we make a lot of ice cream. So this little bottle, it's a sampler. So that's the extracts. They don't have all the flavors. So things like pure lemon extract, almond extract, you can pick that up pretty much anywhere and you can get pure. But some of these flavors, definitely for, I'm a drive-through stew with the purest heart. I prefer theirs. And you can actually use less. So even though it might feel expensive to pay, $7 for an extract, those little bottles do last a long while if you're not using vanilla. But like, cherry, even the caramel, my most used one. Okay, so now MCT oil. Does it have to be Trim Healthy Mama brand? For me, no. They just recently switched to a much smaller bottle. So this is Trim Healthy Mama brand bottle. You can see how much of a mess it makes. And they had glass amber bottles, but now it's in a plastic bottle. This one, if I was purchasing things anyway, it was a reasonable price. But now the new one is half the size for almost the same price as what this one was. So I'll give you some other options. Of course, you can still purchase from them. It's great. It's high quality. It's in a plastic bottle. So if you're buying from a plastic bottle anyway, Now brand, Swanson's or Amazon, this 32 ounce is, again, $16 or $17, which is the price of Trim Healthy Mama's half the size. And don't get me wrong, the Pearl and Serene try to keep their prices as low as they can for all the mamas. But there's sourcing and stuff that affects the prices. This one, Costco, you don't even have to order online. So I got a tip from one of my coaching friends, and she said, well, Costco actually has. So I haven't used this one yet, but because I was there and I seen it, I was like, well, yay. Once this one is done, getting there. Okay, so now talk about some uses for MCT oil. Why MCT oil? It's a metabolism rever. burns fat just by sipping on some MCT. I use it in my big boy smoothie. Salad dressing, MCT oil vinaigrette, you can find on my website. And also making homemade mayo for like honey mustard. I don't often use just straight homemade mayo, but adding it to like my honey mustard and other dressings, having MCT oil in it, again, you're revving it up with superfoods. And who doesn't want their metabolism revved up? So MCT oil is great for that. And MCT oil is one of those things, not all fats are created equally. So you'll see some fuel pool recipes have 2 teaspoons of MCT oil. And so and you look at the bottle and like, well, that's way over 5 grams of fat. Well, it is over the 5 grams, but it's because it's MCT oil. All right, ladies, I am trying to think if there was another. I do like their creams. I don't have the creams out here with me. I do like the fountain face cream, the orange cream, and some of the hemp creams are amazing. And like Bountiful Balm, that one's not the hemp cream. But Bountiful Balm, use it with the kids' cuts, burns, any little itch spot. I love the Feminine Balance and the Pure and Classic. I switch back and forth between those two. And they're amazing. Why Feminine Balance? I can sleep like a husband. Some people like to say sleep like a baby, but babies don't always sleep, but husbands do. Anyway, I get some good sleep with that Feminine Balance, and it also helps with my cycle. So there's all kinds of, there's different reasons for, like Pure and Classic can give you brain clarity. Who doesn't need that? Oh, speaking of brain, I forgot to mention a superfood sunflower lecithin because it's in a little canister in the house. I didn't have a new bag of that. All of these products I keep in canisters. I don't dip out of bags, but it was easier to show you out of a new bag. Sunflower lecithin is brain food. It creams up your drinks and it keeps your drinks from separating too. Can you make a smoothie without it or iced coffee without it? Definitely, but it does add to it. All right, ladies, go load up those shopping carts.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my mom's channel. Give it a thumbs up.